Next speaker, Fields Jackson. He's the founder and chief executive officer of Racing Toward Diversity magazine. He's also an adjunct professor at Chicago State, where he teaches entrepreneurial sales and marketing. He's a leader on a number of boards, also been recognized as a top 5 diversity thought leader and a top 1% influencer. Please join me in welcoming Fields Jackson.
My name is Fields Jackson. Real quick diversity story. Last year, I was actually getting piped in here through Skype. So I was at home in Cary, North Carolina, and I didn't realize this many people were here. So basically, my view of what was going on was from that little camera there. So while I'm talking, my son, who just graduated from ECU, Fields the third, we could kind of see what you were doing, but everybody had their head down. So this is diversity for me now. So I whispered to my tech guy, I said, Fields, I'm losing them. He goes, no, Dad, that's mad respect. I said, really? He said, everybody's tweeting you. So I said, really? So my voice is getting high. I said, I'm losing them. So Fields goes, that's mad respect, Dad. I go, really? So I look over at the Twitter stream, and you guys are blowing it up. So I learned that, I don't feel offended if I see my audience looking down. So how's that for a diversity story, all right? All right. Fields Jackson, I'm the CEO of Racing Toward Diversity magazine. I'm thrilled to be here again, Greg. This is phenomenal. So hopefully you enjoy the next couple minutes. Racing Toward Diversity, that's me. How's that for a diversity shot? About 15 years ago, I owned a NASCAR team. And we ran around. Dr. Pepper was our sponsor. We ran about 2.5 years, lost a ton of money. So the way you make $1 million in NASCAR is invest 5. Okay, so it's not easy. I had a couple partners there. One gentleman's name was Joe Washington. Joe played for the Washington Redskins. The other guy, his name was Julius Erving. A lot of people call him Dr. J. So we went into NASCAR, a lot of fanfare, ran for about 2.5 years, and basically kind of left. Great diversity experience for me, if you can imagine. Had a lot of good times in NASCAR, learned a lot, which led to Racing Toward Diversity. You'll see the dots connect. Okay. But that's me at a racetrack in Dallas, and I'd like to track that Boy Scout down. He's got to be like 30 years old now. But this is Racing Toward Diversity magazine. Here's some of the covers that we had. But we focus on diversity, the business case for diversity. Racing Toward Diversity magazine showcases the best diversity efforts and initiatives being made today. Written with business educational audiences in mind, stories highlight messages from influential leaders and their organizations. With our concentration on driving strong, relevant content, we reach about 3.5 million readers quarterly. We do a lot more. I'm trying to get away from the printed magazine, which I have about 100 copies, and I apologize. We just released our last quarterly magazine here today. I have it here. We've got an article featuring Greg Crawford in the magazine. I've got 100, so again, first come, first serve. But again, if you sign up, I'll make sure if you want a magazine, you will get it. Okay? But Twitter, who's on Twitter? Follow me at Fleejack, Fleeejack. My name's Fields. Fleejack's my alter ego. Okay? Fleejack wears a cape. Okay? He gets around a lot. And at Race to Diversity. So if you follow me, I will follow you back. Okay? Facebook, Google+, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Our demographics, and is that tough to see back there? Our demographics, we are really strong with diverse women. Also, we've done a couple of organizations that are really trying to get women on boards of directors. So we do a lot with those companies that are looking for diversity on their boards globally. So diverse women from sit at the table or some of the leading board recognizable organizations are part of our partners. We've got a great demographic with students. And again, that's mostly who's on social media. And we do a lot with Hispanic organizations, and we do a lot with the HBCUs, Morehouse, Grambling, Hampton, Chicago State, which I'm a professor. My students have no choice, but and Virginia State College. Approximately 30% of our followers have been described in these industries, 8% information technology, 7% marketing and advertising, 6% human resources, 5% staffing. I was recently recognized as Working Mother on Working Mother magazine as one of the 5 diversity thought leaders you should follow on Twitter. This February, Visa asked me to talk about diversity on their small business site. So basically, I was the featured tweeter on the well-sourced Visa Small Business site for the month of February, which was Black History Month. That's me. This month, I was the featured. I was sharing advice, thinking outside the box on how is your business diverse. I was also last year recognized as one of the top 1% on LinkedIn. Some of the ads that we run in our magazine for Microsoft, Toyota, and Pitney Bowes. Some of our strategic partners from AT&T, HP, General Motors, Toyota, Sodexo, Microsoft. Here's some of the magazine covers. This is a feature we did with Dorothy Height. Dorothy Height was a civil rights leader that actually, you can see her when Dr. Martin Luther King was giving his I Have a Dream speech. Dorothy was the lady with the hat on his shoulder. Dorothy recently passed away about 2 years ago, but we had the honor of putting her on the cover before she passed. But that was one of our feature stories. This article, actually, it was we had 2 issues that sold out. This was an issue that sold out. We did a feature on diversity efforts in the NFL. And this actually sold out, but we also had a story on the 2010 census and how we thought that census would shape the election. And as a result, Obama wins. Now we didn't know about Obama. We never heard of him at that point. But again, we were talking about how we thought diversity.